Hello guys, in this video I'll explain what the break and continue statements do in Python and how you can use them to control the flow of loops. I'll also show you some examples how to use these statements and I will explain the different ways they can be used. By the end of this tutorial, you will be able to use break and continue statements to control the flow of your loops in your Python program. The break and continue statements are used to control the flow of execution in loops in Python. The break statement terminates the current loop and resumes execution at the next statement after the loop. For example, the following code will print the numbers from 1 to 5, but it will break out of the loop if the number is 3. This for loop iterates the number from 1 up to 6 and it prints out 1 up to 5. But in the loop, there is if statement. The if statement checks that the number is equal to 3. If the number is equal to 3, then the execution, the execution to the next loop is terminated here. Break that execution of the loop, and it will not continue execute after the break statement. So the result will be 1 and 2 only because the loop is terminated. Because the break statement basically terminates the loop or the current loop and resumes execution at the next statement after the loop. It just resumes the execution after the loop. Okay. So for example, let's print out this and let's see the output. Yeah, it is 1 and 2 because if the number is equal to 3, it just terminates the loop. After this, 4, 5, and 6 will not be printed out because the loop is terminated here. And what about continue? If the continue statement skips the current iteration of the loop and goes to the next iteration. But if you put continue instead of break here, it just skip the number if the number is equal to 3 and execute the next iterations. Let's for example, in this case, it just skips the number 3 and continue execution for the next iterations. It will not terminate the current execution, the current loop, and it will not resume the next iteration of the loop. Okay, because it is continue, which means skip the current iteration only. Let's try to run this and let's see the output. Yeah, 1, 2, 4, 5. But 3 is not printed out because here the if statement that checks the number is equal to 3 and the continue statement is just skip if the number is equal to 3. That's the difference between break and continue. Break statement just terminates the loop and resumes the next iteration of the loop. But the continue statement is just skip the current iteration of the loop, but it continue executing the next iteration of the loop. Let's try to see more examples. One more examples. For example, the following code will print the even numbers from 1 up to 10, but the if statement checks if this, but the if statement checks if the current number is even or not by using modulus. If the number modulus to 2 is equal to 0, which means that number is even and is printed out. Else, the number is not equal, the modulus of the number is not equal to 0, that is odd numbers, and it's just skip that iteration, that the current iteration, and it continue, it goes to the next iterations because it is continue. And let's try to see the output of this example, and it's just 1, 2, okay, let me comment this and run again. Yeah, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, and those are the even numbers. What about if I put here break? So let's see the output if I change that. Because of it just break. There is no output here. Because here if 1 because it starts from 1. 1 is not even number, and it just goes to else part. The else part is just terminate the loop. There is no output in this case, because what about if we put 2? There should be at least one output, that is 2, because when the number is 3, 3 modulus 2 is not equal to 0. That break the or terminates the loop. So this is the difference between break and continue statements in Python program. So in conclusion, both break and continue statements can be used in both while and for loops. The break statements terminates the current loop and resumes execution of at the next statements after the loop. But continuous statements just skips the current iteration of the loop and goes to the next iteration of the loop. I hope you enjoyed in this video tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching now.